In Chapter 7, what kind of debts can I expect to be eliminated?
Well, any kind of credit card, medical bill, personal loan, past due utility, auto repossession deficiency, money that was lent to you by a family member or a friend or a payday loan store. Those are the typical debts that get eliminated in the Chapter 7 without much of a problem. A problem could come in a case where someone runs up their credit cards in anticipation of filing. You know, they run up charges, they buy electronics, TV, furniture, electronics. Cash advances within 60 days of filing are a no-no because it just looks to the court like an abuse, like you knew you were going to be filing, so you tapped out all your available credit. Well, the credit card companies know about this. They know when you filed and when you charged, and if they feel it was fraudulent, they could object. And in that case, any of those recent charges would still remain due and owing.
How about, and I get asked this a bunch of times, how about a student loan?
Student loan is non-dischargeable per se. There are some exceptions, undue hardship, but those are very, very hard to prove.
My understanding is you have to be in very sad shape, that you're not able to work at all, really. You know, and I'm not talking about a bad back here, okay? I'm talking about being completely disabled.
Right. The student loan situation is kind of just what you said. If you have the ability to repay it to any extent at all, then you're going to have to repay it.
What happens if I have the student loan and I use my credit card to pay back the student loan, and so now the debt that I have on the credit card is really what I used to pay back the student loan?
Well, the credit card company could object because that debt that you incurred was used to pay a non-dischargeable debt. And the same thing would be if you paid for non-dischargeable taxes with a cash advance that you took out on a credit card. In other words, you can't abuse the credit cards. If in the ordinary course of life, if you ran up a debt, that's one thing. But if you abuse it, run it up at the last minute, take out a huge cash advance, do something that's tantamount to fraud, plan on that debt sticking around, and if you do enough fraud, they can deny your whole bankruptcy, which is basically the death sentence. That means you could never eliminate those debts through a bankruptcy ever for as long as you live.